what's up, my surprisingly sexy black sapote, also known as the chocolate pudding fruit. This is Rob from A Gay Guy Plays, and today on The Daily Grind, we're back with another installment of Rob reads you shit that you don't want to read yourself. Now, if I'm gonna be honest with you, this was supposed to be the weapon edit video. However, I accidentally fucked up the render on that, and this came up, so I figured that I would go ahead and read this instead for the time being. Yoink! Editing Rob taking the reins. You are no longer a lemon, but instead a muddled up blueberry at the bottom of a very delicious mojito. Editing Rob. Apparently, I didn't call you lemons in this video, but I called you lemons in a different video. This time I called you black sapote, and now this has just got really awkward, so, you know, just pretend it didn't happen, okay? The reason that we're here is mainly because of the fact that as soon as I published that other video, DE went ahead and tossed out a hotfix. So I took a look at the patch notes and I was like, ooh, I really should cover this, but I don't want to spam inboxes, so I figured I would go ahead and pull the other video, go ahead and take this one and mash it into the old one and make a delicious concoction for you to consume. Are you ready to consume my concoction? Anyway, as you can see, DE Megan, our ginger ninja, is up to it again. The Old Blood Hotfix 26.0.6. We're back again with our 7th hotfix since the Old Blood's initial release. 7 days ago, we have major improvements in the pipeline to release very soon. Kuva Lich trading. There are also 2 issues we are looking to solve in a calculated and better thought out way to avoid the scenario we created yesterday with fixing a bug. The first issue is making the cooperative aspect of lich hunting rewarding. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I do all of my lich hunting solo, so as soon as she said that, I was like, oh, it's like you read my mind. It's like you used your ninja powers to get in my brain. And the second is treating the condition of drowning your lich, or downing your lich, not drowning them, despite not having the right requiems, have a different flow in a mission. Thank you for your patience. I'm glad that they're being as transparent with what they're trying to do with this, and I'm glad that they are pushing forward changes fast and hot, mainly because of the fact that, you know, there's been a lot of criticism with DE as of late not listening, and it sounds like they're listening to us saying they're not listening, and they're responding by listening, and most importantly, acting. I love it. We do have one feature that speaks to duplicate weapon feedback available in this hotfix, Valence Transfer. New Kuva weapon combining Valence Transfer. You can now combine 2 of the same Kuva weapons, thus transferring its buffs while preserving your Forma, Exilis, Potato, and Lens investment. For example, everything you've done on Kuva Seer A will stay, Forma, Potato, Lens, Mod configs, Appearance configs, etc. when Kuva Seer B is consumed. The buff from Kuva Seer B will be passed on to Kuva Seer A, and Kuva Seer B will cease to exist in your inventory. How to: head to your arsenal, navigate to the upgrade screen of the desired Kuva weapon, select actions, and then the new Valence Transfer option. Select the Kuva weapon you would like to consume, type transfer into the prompt to confirm consumption, which I love because it prevents me from fucking anything up when I show this to you. This also displays what buff you're replacing. I love all of the transparency that is coming up. I feel like DE has been refreshed. I don't know what it is. Maybe they muddled a little bit of blueberry juice into their mimosas and their world has changed. And step 6, Garoff it. Now, they do have some fixes and changes, but I kind of looked over them and nothing was like too crazy. It seems just like a lot of bugs that are being addressed. We also have the melee phase 2 changes and fixes. It really just seems like there's some things that we're not applying correctly and some text in boxes that needed to change. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave this linked down in the description box below so that you guys can go ahead and take a look at it for yourself if there were any fixes that you really needed addressed. But I figured that I should go ahead and show you how this looks in game because I did get a double. So let's go ahead and take a look at my Junduk Emark, what do you call this? What is this? Kuva Dragoon. So let's go into my actions. And as you can see right here, there's a new Valence Transfer option and it says Fuse down at the bottom. So as you can see right here, it takes me to another screen and it tells me to select a Kuva Dragoon. So this is the other one. And the great thing about this is it actually shows the damage type and the, percentage. Because the thing about it is, I forgot the percentages of my shit. So this is actually a good way to see what type of bonus you have on it. But as you can see, it says replace 47% toxin with radiation 42%, question mark? And then you have to type transfer to confirm, which is fantastic because I was scared that if I did this, I might have accidentally clicked something wrong. So it's a good way to kind of like make sure that you're not fucking it up, right? So just in case you guys wanted to check on your percentages, that's a way to do it, like after the fact. But this is also a great way for you to be able to transfer all of the benefits that you have on a different weapon onto one that you already got. And the great thing about it is you don't have to do anything to the new weapon. You just buffing up the one that you've already put in all your effort to. This is what I'm talking about when I say like DE needs to find ways to put in systems to kind of respect people's investments already, right? They've fudged up things in the past where it's kind of like, well, this is going to replace the old system and you're just going to have to grind up from the very beginning. This is them taking that feedback and saying, hey, listen, we know you put all the work that you did into this. We know how much format it takes to max out. So here you go. We found a new system so that you could get the bonuses off of it. Very, very happy. Regardless, that's it for this specific hotfix. I'm going to go ahead and pass it back to Past Rob, where he'll tell you about all of the Kuva Riven thingies that are going on. So, boop! So as you can see, we will be covering the Kuva weapon rivens and disposition process changes. Now, as you guys know, the Kuva weapons themselves have had a slightly different disposition than their original weapons, which is the first time that DE has ever done something like that. And I know that there are some people who got very, very angry because they picked up some rivens beforehand and then realized it was not going to carry over. Regardless, let's go ahead and take a look what Mr. DE Connor, the Dasher of Dreams, has to say. Greetings, Tenno. We hope you're having fun vanquishing Kuvalich's left-right on PC. Update coming to consoles in the near future. Stay tuned for updates. As this new system was mostly aimed at experienced players with a wide arsenal, the Kuva weapons earned from liches are top of the line stat-wise. Are they though? Are they? Because I've got my eyes on a, what is it called? It's one of the little pistol ones that was not good before. That's what's coming up next for me, so it better be good. However, most were based on older weapons that didn't see as much use by players at higher mastery ranks. As a result, players who equip a Riven on one of these Kuva weapons may notice a slight discrepancy. Rivens have lowered stats on Kuva weapons because they have a different disposition. So as you can see right here, we have a Karak, and that one's actually showing a higher disposition, which at its base has 110.4 electricity. Then we've got the Kuva Karak, which only has 86.3% electricity. So the stats are kind of bumped down a little bit. This change we have wanted to make regarding Rivens for a while, and Kuvalich Weapons presented the perfect opportunity to make it a reality. This change was meant to appear in the Old Blood Update 26 patch notes, but was unfortunately missed during the mainline madness. It's alright, that page was long enough for me to read as it is, and for that we're sorry. It's a complicated change to convey in-game, so thank you for being understanding while we update UI across the game to reflect the changes. Going forward, this part puts a chill in my bones. Weapon dispositions will be tuned per weapon instead of per weapon family. Oh! For instance, this means a comb ribbon will have a disposition of 1.4 on a regular comb, but only a disposition of 1 when applied to the Kuva comb. This has exciting implications for the future of Riven disposition changes. In the past, new prime weapons would cause the usage of a weapon family to increase dramatically, forcing us to reduce dispositions for the entire family. With individual dispositions, we'll be able to set new dispositions for primes and other upgraded weapons right at launch, leaving your current Riven build unaffected. I'm just saying, maybe, you know, ignore the Skana Prime and the Lotto Prime. You're just putting that out there into the universe because, I mean, if you think about it, not very many people are using the Skana Prime or the Lotto Prime, right? So the usage is really low on that. So you can, like, leave those alone. Maybe even bump them up because they're not very popular at all. I'm just Not at all popular. Just bump them up a little bit since they're, you know, you're unique and different and it's per weapon, not per weapon family. I'm just saying. That is me being greedy. But listen, a boy can ask, right? We have always balanced dispositions based on the most powerful variation of the weapon in its respective family. Now that that is no longer necessary, expect to see us increasing the power level on many lesser variations of weapons in our next set of disposition changes scheduled for December. These increases will not be huge, as we don't intend to make any base variants explicitly better than their upgraded counterparts, but it will offer a more appropriate boost that isn't influenced by a more powerful weapon that you may not own yet. Speaking of our next set of disposition changes, the Old Blood also introduced Melee Phase 2. Now that the weapon power balance has been redistributed, Melee Rivens will soon be affected as a part of the Prime Access rebalance schedule, but not quite yet. To give players time to experiment and to give ourselves a more reliable set of usage stats, we will start Melee Riven changes in the following revisit scheduled for early next year. Thanks for reading. So for those of you guys out there who are wondering what is going on with the Kuva Karak, or the Kuva weapons in general, or what's going to be happening with the Rivens, that's basically how it's gonna run. So also maybe be I don't know, because I feel like they've balanced it around the prime weapons already, so you don't really have to worry about them getting nerfed further. It's more like buffs for the other variants that are underneath it. But let me know how you guys feel about this change down in the comments below. Me personally, I don't know. I really don't know. I'm still mourning the loss of my unicorn Euphona Prime, and I'm crossing my fingers that, you know, the Lado and the Skana Prime don't get touched at all. Just leave it be. Let us have our joy. We're old and decrepit. Please, let the founders be. Regardless, toss all of your feelings down in the comments below. Maybe you guys have seen something, like maybe there's something going on in your brain that I may not have caught already on the surface. I'm like, it's fine. But that about does it for me for now. So as always, love somebody, hurt nobody, and don't forget to tune in to the melee weapon edit that's coming up. It's long. I made mistakes. I'll see you guys next time. Oh, touch your body. Don't forget that part, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.